For this video, I'm going to show you how to add lace detailing like this item. So before the detailing for the lace was added, this is how the item looks. And you can see from the back end, you can see that the back doesn't have any faces and that one does. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to go and make the texture for the skirt. I'm going to open Photoshop. I've already imported the texture image, the UV map, okay, the grids, this is the UV, and then what I did was I blacked out where the UV isn't, so the black part is the unneeded texture area, so that is this, and then I added a gray layer so that I can actually see where I'm putting my lace and where it will be transparent. So for this one, whatever is transparent is gonna, if you export the image like this would be all transparent, and if you export it with the gray, obviously it will be gray, solid gray. I first found images on Google of lace textures that I want to use. So these are flat images, and you can go to freepik.com for these designs. There's some free, very good images that you can use. So to start, I'm going to select a lace image that I want. So I click on my image, I'm clicking W for the wand tool here, magic wand tool, click on W, and then Control C, Control V. So now I just copied and pasted it. So here you can see I copied and cut it out. And this will be my texture that I want to use. Now, to understand where the layout of the UVs are, this is the skirt, this is the top part, this is the base. So if you look here, this is the top of the skirt, here's the base of the skirt. Okay, so it's sideways. And then these 4 strips here is the ribbon strips here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then you see the circle there, that's here. So these are extra, these are something else. Okay, so like our reference, I'm going to start with putting some lace on the string part. So I'll be putting here. Let me move this down here. I'm using my UV as a guide, and I'm putting it inside the shape. Okay, so that's one, and then I'm holding Alt and Shift to copy it. Okay, Alt Shift, copy, copy, because I want all the lace to have the same pattern. Okay, like that. Alright, so let's export. I'm going to group all of this, or actually Control G to group lace ribbon. Okay, now let's export this image and see how it looks. So when I export, I'm just hiding the gray that I added and the UV. So you can see this checkered part in Photoshop means it's transparent. Okay, so I want whatever is behind the lace that I don't want on Zepeto to be transparent. So this is what it means. Then I'm going to quickly export this. And let's say this is lace 1 as a test. Okay, now This was the image that I exported. You can see I have the black, the gray on my computer means that it's transparent, and then a white lace design. So now it needs a material board. This one is for the skirt, and I need one for the detailing. So I'm going to create a new material called lace. The material that we're going to use is the petal built-in, and you can play around and pick almost any one. So for this one, I'm just going to go with cloth, and then I'll drag my image in here. So let's see how it looks if I apply my material. So you can see there I have the lace detailing, and anywhere that is transparent is actually looking black on Unity. And you can also see another issue is that when I go to the back part of my skirt, it's invisible. Now to make it visible, what's nice about the built-in shaders is that render state detail, cull, you can go to cull and then click off, and you can see now there's a front and a back. Now I don't want the black to be in, I want it to be invisible like how it is on this image, this item. To do that, you will, instead of clicking opaque, you can click cut out. And now you can see everything that was invisible on my image, where it's transparent, is transparent here. So now you actually don't see the skirt because I didn't put a color like this one. But you do see that there is a pattern. Okay, so I'm going to continue adding pattern here. Now I want some lace detailing at the bottom here as well, like the skirt. I'm going to check out my downloaded ones and see which pattern I prefer. Let's go with this one here. So I'm going to click on my design, click W, copy, paste. I'm going to switch on my gray layer so I can see properly, and then maybe switch on my UV as well. I'm going to rotate this. Okay, I like that. So now I'm just going to copy. Okay. Then for the rest of the item, I actually want it to be white. So I'm going to do this and paint it white. Then all of these, I can also paint it white. Okay. Now let's see how this thing looks if we export again. Okay, so now I've exported. As you can see, I have my detailing and my ribbon detailing. Okay, so that's how you, in a basic level, do it. So now you see that this has more depth to it, so you can use normal maps to assist you. The normal map that's shared with everyone is this. Okay, so this is the normal map. And if I add more depth to the normal map, here's the normal map. You can see there's some texture. Okay. But now you can see, for example, look at this. It's very flat, my lace, compared to this. This looks very nice and 3D. That's because I created a normal map also for the lace patterning. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that now. To do that, I'm gonna switch on all of this. Then what I actually want to do is, this is going to be a bit confusing in the beginning, but the lace pattern, for example, I want to add more depth. I'm going to double click the layer. And I'm going to add bevel emboss. You should have a whole list of all the settings that you can do, but I guess mine isn't showing it, so if you can't find it, it's down here. So I'm going to click the bevel. This is my settings for this image, but you are welcome to play around with it. You can see how it's changing this image here. Okay, so I'm going to keep it at this for now because I do like how it is. So all I'm doing here is just adding a little bit more depth to my lace, so it looks a little bit more 3D. And what I can do is I can export this as an image. That also works, but if you do want to use it as a normal map, you can also do that. So when I'm happy with that, all I'm going to do right now is just export this as an image for now. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is put it back into Photoshop here. So now everything's grouped together. Okay, I'm going to put it right at the top, and then 3D filter, 3D generate normal map. So this is how you can generate your own custom normal maps. You can see here they got the lace detail and the lace there. I'm just going to say okay, and they created it. Okay, and then now you have your normal map from your custom pattern. Now I want to merge it with this. So what I'm going to do is click the made one and I click overlay. Now I can export this image as my normal map. And then here, if I drag my new normal map, you can see there's much more depth in the lace patterning.